Hello, friends. Another good hair day with Steve. So I arrived at Detroit Metro Airport last night, 7:30, and was picked up by my long-term friend and associate in the healing arts, and driven back to his home, where I spent the night on the couch, very comfortable, and I've now gone to the birds. And this particular piece of art came from a group of people that are like the homeless artists of Florida, and they sit on the side of the road and they sell their artwork. And this is one of the pieces of artwork that my friend inherited from his brother when his brother passed away, and he got all this homeless art that is lovely. I especially like the whatever they call. I had birds, I had parakeets. My friend had a parrot, but whatever they call those, are those their feet or their claws or talons? What is it that a bird? Is it bird feet, where they hold the branch? But the balance they have in the branch and those feet are so well done. I'm not going to mess with the video to make it closer or further. I'm just going to say that it's quite a beautiful piece of artwork from Florida, and really gives you the feeling of Florida and that kind of jungliness of Florida. So that's a peaceful introduction. I'm going to talk about and take you through an experience from yesterday morning, when I got up and was in those habitual last hour or so, last couple hours before going on an extended trip, where I need many items that I use in my life, and I need them with me. I mean, I need a certain number of Frisbee discs, because I'm going to be playing quite a bit, I hope, of Frisbee, which is a sport I like very much. And I need, my instrument tools for doing release of muscles and things, and clothes, and trauma equipment, my computer, so I can watch my traumatic videos and heal my traumatic wounds and do all that. So anyway, I was in this somewhat losing it state, old pattern of franticness, where our energy, or my energy, is pulled up from the ground and pulled up into my chest and head, and then my energy has no way to go to ground, so it just builds up in my head and my chest, and I go into this place of imagining all the things that could go wrong, because I'm already in the fight or flight, and the grief and loss of leaving my family, my wife, and my 3 cats. That's my family unit. And I try not to be attached in that glomming on energy of, I need you, don't ever leave me, that kind of energy. I do my best to just let that energy go and recognize that many of us have people we think of as, or animals, people or animals we think of as resources. So as my wife is watching me going into that spinning, panicky energy all up in the head, thoughts, knocking things over with that energy that comes with ungroundedness. She just remained in her center, in her balance, in her groundedness, and just gave me gentle pieces of advice, things that I might consider. And rather than getting upset that she was adding more to my traumatic mental processes, I slowed down my own compulsive nature to go faster so that things might go wrong faster. And I slowed it down and I listened to her, and I listened to how what she was suggesting might serve me well. And we can do this. We can attune ourselves to another person's nerve system. So if a person is really in that panicky, frightened, everything's going wrong in the world kind of state, and I just can't wait for it to get worse so I can have more to complain about or whatever, and we go into that with them, then both of us are in that, and then the collective is in that, and then the world is in that, and people are, I'm so exhausted. What are you exhausted from? I'm exhausted from being in fight or flight for the majority of my life, but then my life on crack over the panic of the last 4 years. And we don't want to make up too many stories, but there's enough studies that have shown that anyone under a prolonged period of stress has a tendency to deplete the energy and function of their adrenal glands, which are meant to kick in when we're under stress. Well, if we're always under stress and our adrenal glands are always kicked on, then the effect of that is we have difficulty sleeping. So we go to bed, and we're like, go to bed in panic. And then we wake up in panic. And then we live our lives in panic. And you may not relate to this. You may be like, chill, dude. I'm just like in my center, grounded into the healing center of the earth, and open to the healing power of the one. So all this panicky stuff you're talking about, man, you're giving me some bad vibes. Can't you just keep that to yourself? Well, this isn't about you. You are probably not even here. You're like watching a meditation video online with all your meditating friends just going, oh, shiwashi mana, mana huna. You know, you're just doing your chanting. I want some more of this, whatever. And you're in that Zen state of mindfulness, which may actually be heartfulness, which may also be embodimentness, where I am in my body, aware of where I'm relaxed, if anywhere. But oftentimes, a person might feel relaxed in their belly, their lower abdomen. They might feel relaxed in their butt, but they might be a tight ass too. They might be relaxed in their chest. They might be relaxed in their head. And by focusing on where we feel calm, where we feel our energy is flowing, it tends to open up that flow of energy through our body, and we may even actually begin to feel our legs tingling. That's a very common response to the energy opening up and our coming out of our head into our heart. Oh, that's a different vibration, so do it once or twice. This is the energy of my head. Okay. This is the energy of my heart. Okay, different vibration. This is the energy of my solar plexus, certain vibration. This is the energy of my abdomen in general. This is the energy of my lower abdomen. Now, the lower abdomen is where in martial arts, they refer to it as the body battery. And like in Tai Chi and Qigong and other martial arts, they refer to it as the Dantian, the body battery, the place where we store our energy. And if our Dantian is low, and if we've been in a state of panic for our whole lives or the last 5 or 6 years, and we go to bed to recharge our body, but we can't sleep an hour and then we're awake and we don't get deep sleep, we don't get recharged, and our body battery runs down, and instead of 4 bars, we have 1 bar, and we drop calls. So the idea is eyes open or eyes closed. Some people can't close their eyes because then their mind just is like this. So you can just have eyes open. You can look at the plants in the room. You can just look downward or upward. If you look downward, you go more into body sensations. So you can just lower your eyes down. Notice if you put your eyes up, that's more the visual center, and you get more active visually. If you put your eyes in the middle, that's where you talk to yourself more, and your eyes may go back and forth because you're having a conversation with yourself. And don't say you don't do it. You do it consistently. Or you can put your eyes down, which takes you into your awareness of your body. And when you do that, if you go down into your lower abdomen and you say, oh, that feels warm, that feels comforting, and that feels flowing, that means you are grounded. Your energy is moving. And if you don't feel that, then you want to just stay there with your attention there, and then take your attention into your legs, upper legs, through your knees. See if you can get through your knees, because if they're full of grief, the energy gets stuck there. But if you let go of that grief and you let that energy move down into your calves and your ankles, and then you start to feel your feet kind of tingle and bounce, the energy is moving. It gets into your feet. And sometimes, like right now, my feet will just start tapping when I open up that flow. It's like you open up the flow in the dam and the water starts rushing down the river. So if this water rushes down the river, you feel the bottoms of your chakra begin to open up. Your feet start getting real tingly, and they start moving around, and your knees start moving in and out because they're freeing up all that grief energy. And I'm staying in a house where the lady of the house just lost her father. And she's working with that energy, and I'm here working with that energy with her. And then we focus our attention, and we allow our attention to go down to the Dantian, to go down to the body battery, to go down to where the legs are moving a lot of energy, and the feet are really tingly and opening up, and the chakras on the bottom of the feet are expanding in size, and all of a sudden we feel a linkage